So what do you do if your Facebook ads account has been shut down? Unfortunately, our decision is final. Your account cannot be re-enabled. How do you get your account back? What do you do after? Hey guys, it's Wilco the Kreij here, and that's what I'm going to talk about, because as much as I hate to admit it, it does happen. And if you think, well, I do everything by the books, it's not going to happen to me. Well, you couldn't be more wrong, because even if you follow everything by the books, there's still, I know plenty of cases. Actually, I've had it myself, like where I'm very strict with following the terms of service, and I've been banned in the past as well. I got my account back, which I'll share with you as well, but like it does happen, right? And to be honest, it was not the first time that my ad account got shut down, because a couple of years ago, I had the exact same thing with Google, right? Because like if you're brand new to online marketing, then you might think, Facebook is the bomb, right? That is where it's all at. And Facebook is cool. Yeah, Facebook is cool, right? But if you've been around longer, then you've seen this trend happen over and over, right? There's all these kind of platforms where like that was the place to be. And a while back, that was Google, right? Everyone was advertising on Google. And at some point, like prices went up, so it became harder. But when I was advertising on Google and it went really, really well, what I was doing is I was running traffic from Google AdWords, or these days it's called Google Ads, and send it into all kinds of affiliate websites. And because I was spending less than I was actually making, like I spent $1, I would get $2 or $3 back out. I was doing that a lot. I didn't just spend $1, I spent tens of thousands of dollars. It went really, really well, and I made a profit until, yes, Google shut down my account. And literally, my business went back to zero, pretty much overnight. That was not easy. That was not fun. And that was really the biggest lesson I learned, is that when you're running a business and there is some piece in your business that it all depends on, that is way too risky, right? And since that time, I implemented what I call the 50-50 rule. Like nothing in my business should be more than 50% of everything, right? So that means that if you have a traffic source, which is like 90% of all your traffic, you've got a problem. It is a problem. So what do you do to solve that? If something is 90% of all your traffic, then you keep that. You don't lower that, but you spend time and energy on other traffic sources as well. In fact, that's actually why I got started with UpViral. I'll talk to you about that in just a little bit. But it's not just about traffic, right? I implement the 50-50 rule in everything. Like if you have an important sales page somewhere where all the traffic goes, make sure you have a backup somewhere else. Like if you have a big launch, have a backup in place so that you can just divert the traffic if it goes down. If, I don't know, like anything in your business, look at your business and think like, what could I have a backup of? But like even myself, like that's why we have two parts of our business. We got UpViral and Connectio. So none of them is actually just depending, like if one goes down, I still have the other basically. At some point I was like, wow, like the one thing that's still risky is me. If something were to happen to me, the whole business would crumble. Like that was at some point what was the case. Like I was way too important, quote unquote important, but what it really meant, like I was doing a lot of things that I didn't let others in on. So when I realized that, I went like, all right, cool. For all these things I'm doing, like I couldn't clone myself. I don't want to do that. But now all the things I do, almost everything, someone else in my business can do the same thing, right? So now, even if I suddenly, I don't know, like at the moment we're expecting a little one. So yes, I will have some time off at that moment. And that's not going to stop the business, right? It's not just depending on me. So really look at your business. What is more than 50% of your business in terms of traffic, in terms of, you know, if you have a developer and everything is depending on one person, like that is a risk, right? Look at your business. If you have one product, or if you have one client, like that is a risk. Or if one client does more than 50% of your revenue, that is a risk, right? So look at that. And really that's really the reason why I mentioned why I started with UpViral, right? Because UpViral, it was not built because it was something cool. It's built out of necessity. And just in case you don't know what UpViral is, UpViral is a tool that will help you get word of mouth from everywhere. And essentially, it's the same as what Dropbox did. They did something genius. Like right after they launched, they gave everyone their own unique invite link, right? So like they said, like, hey, here's your unique invite link. You can invite your friends with this link, and every single time one of your friends signs up through your link, you will get something extra, right? You will get something of value. In their case, you got extra storage in their account. So because of that, people were started to share it everywhere, right? Like Facebook, Twitter, like all these other places, and people were just inviting. I mean, if I were to ask you, how do you know about Dropbox? You're gonna say, well, probably because of one of my friends. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I started doing that Not because I just wanted to have more leads or just more traffic, because yes, it works awesome for that. Like UpViral does that, right? It will get you all these leads. But more importantly, because I was sick and tired of just, getting traffic from, for example, SEO and beating the algorithm, or Facebook ads and beating the algorithm. Yes, all these things are nice, but they also change over time. But there's one thing, one constant that does not change, and that is human psychology. If you get people to the point that they want to share, if people want to share something with their friends, right? And tomorrow they cannot access Facebook, they will go on WhatsApp, they will go on LinkedIn. If you get to that point, like, people don't change, right? Regardless of which platform will change, and that means that this traffic is a lot more safer, and that's really why I built UpViral. Now, going back to what we started with, your Facebook ads account. Let's say it does happen. Again, it shouldn't be more than 50% of your business, but let's say your Facebook account gets shut down. It's not what you want to hear. That's most important. Like, if you're not being banned, but you're watching this video, make sure you follow everything to the T and then some, right? Make sure you have awesome custom service and all these kind of things, because that's the most important part. But assuming you did all that, then what you're going to need to do is send a message to Facebook. You'll see a link where you see the disabled message. You can actually appeal your message. And you need to be as nice as possible. Explain exactly what you think might have triggered it, right? I sent this message, I wrote an explanation, and I saw all these other people online who talk about like sending an appeal and that you'll get your account back. So I did that, and all I got was this message like, you're not getting your account back. This decision is final. Like what do we do, right? And I send another message. I got another message back, and again, like, this decision is final. You are not getting your account back. I'm like, oh. So that's not very hopeful, right? So then I started Googling, and I realized that exact same message. Turns out that message isn't just an actual person. Like, it's just a canned response, right? Probably it's sent by an actual person. And that's when I realized you should, like, even though they say it's final, it really isn't, right? What you should do is keep sending messages. I'm not saying spam them, don't send ongoing messages, but like every once in a while, like every couple of days, like send a message, wait a few days until you get a response back, or a week, and then you encounter again. Again, do it respectfully, explain what happened, explain your business, explain why you think what you do to make sure the Facebook experience is most awesome, because that's the thing that you'll have to remember, right? Facebook only cares for one thing, and one thing only. That is the user experience of their client. Their client is not you as an advertiser, no, it's people who browse Facebook, right? So what do you do as a business to make sure the experience is as awesome as possible, right? Really go all in on that and really explain and show them that you're not just a fluke, but you're actually a business, and you have all the best intentions, and respectfully just keep that engagement going, because I had it a few times, and like for the first couple of messages didn't get it, but like after a while I actually got my account back. So it's not ideal, but the real message is, like, if they say your decision is final, it doesn't have to be final. I've seen many people who got that message, they just were persistent, not annoying. There's this difference between annoying and being persistent, right? Respectfully and just polite and all that. And that's how you would get your account back. That's what's having the best odds of having your account back. Again, you need to make sure to do everything by the book. Follow the terms of service. Don't pretend, do what's best for your audience. Follow the terms of service. Create an awesome experience for visitors and for your clients. And that's how you, first of all, avoid it as much as possible. And secondly, increase the odds of getting your account back. So that's really what I wanted to share with all of you. Again, the 50-50 rule, if you haven't implemented it into your business, please do. If anything is more than 50% important for your business, think of like, how could that actually change? How could we change away from that? How can we risk it? Because I hate to break it to you, but it's not a matter whether the shit is going to hit the fan. The question is when, right? There's always, if you run a business, there's always things that will come up unexpectedly, and that's why you need to be prepared. I hope this helps, and I'll talk to you all soon.